So hello everybody, welcome to my walkthrough on the Back in Time series of challenges by Bellingcat. I would say that these challenges are actually on the easier side of the Bellingcat challenges so far, and they are all a lot of fun to do. If you enjoy the walkthroughs that I put over here, consider liking and subscribing to the channel so that you can get more of the content and also keeps me going. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first challenge we have is fresh faced, finding the founder. So what we have here is just a picture of a newspaper clipping containing Mr. Elliot Higgins, and we have a caption here. So I have already downloaded this image. So the first and obvious thing is to try and reverse image search this. So let's get to it. So here I'll just upload our file. So let's head to desktop. Okay, so what has happened is as you can see, we can not get much, right? So we have to go another route to figure out what this image is. And the first hint that we have is the caption here. Okay, and so if we can find out what language this is, we could maybe get a lead on where to go. So let's do that first. So the place to go is Google Translate, and I just go so you can see it translates it, and we have the language here to be Croatian. So that's good, we have something about this image. Now what you do next is simply look up Elliot Higgins on Wikipedia. Now obviously I did a lot of searching on that exact caption, and there was nothing that I found so far, which is why I landed on his Wikipedia page to try and find something there. So let's look at any other hints that we have. So numerous media outlets in 2013 reached out to him to learn more about his groundbreaking discoveries. So let's see if we can find out what he did in 2013. So he discovered a bunch of secret weapons monitoring, something in Syria. Okay, and what you can see here is we have this. So in 2015 he was described as one of the world's foremost citizen journalists, and he was also covered by certain non-English sources. So let's go check what these non-English sources are, and you can also see that it was covered in 2013, so that's good. So we'll head here and we will try to find some data, and you can check all of these. But now this is where our Google Translate comes into play, because we see a Croatian paper named this right here, I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry, covered Elliot Higgins. So let's give it a check. And so on navigating to the page, you can see that we have our picture from the photograph. All right, so it's the same picture. That's good. So let's see if we can find a YouTube video, which is what the question is asking, right? We need to find the link of the interview. So let's see if we can get it. So I don't see any link posted here, so we'll have to search for the guy who did interview him, and we can see that this photograph was taken by Tomislav Krasnek. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I butchered it. So all I'm going to do is head to Google. So let's check in videos and we can find one video here. And so when we hit enter, you can see that we have a video code. So this right here would be our answer. So the second challenge of Bellingcat Back in Time is training time, where we are provided with this image and we are essentially just asked to do some indoor geolocation. Okay, so the first major thing you need to look at is essentially this right here. So the first major thing you need to look at is the image, obviously, and we can see it has quite a few distinctive features. So I have the image opened up here. So you can see that the carpet's quite unique and the setting itself seems to be a little bit something, but we need some more data, right? And what do we have? What are we given? So we are given that in December 2017, Christian Trebert hosted a workshop as a representative of Bellingcat. So let's first try and figure out what that workshop was. So I'm just gonna go and already you can see a bunch of these. Right now there is again a write-up because I'm recording late. However, this is the one that is important because this sort of aligns with our locations. So what you can see here is it's the ARIDGE 10th Annual Forum 2017. And also this sort of aligns with what the image is, because you can see that the image credit is credited to the ARIJ network, or the ARIDGE network as I'll call it from now on. So the address of this location is given right here. So let's just copy that. Okay, yeah. So let's just copy that and then paste it here. And we have this. So there are quite a few things going around here. So let's just check. I will head here. So we get this, right? So we get a bunch of meeting rooms that we can occupy. So all I really did was search this and we got this right here. And over here we can see a bunch of rooms. So let's check each room one by one. I'm just gonna open this image and check it out here. So our hint for what room it probably is the floor mat right here, right? So you can see it's quite distinctive. So let's see. As you can see, the floor mat is slightly different. That's completely black. This has got some red embroidering on it, so this isn't it. And for the same reason, I think this isn't it either, right? Again, it's got that red embroidering on it. The next one is Akaba, same thing. It wasn't in a roof. And then there's a ballroom, but then again, right, you can see that it's got the red embroidering. We have the beach lounge. Again, no. Now we are getting somewhere. So we have the pre-function area. You can see for the most part it's all black. So now this could probably be it as well. So we'll just do a deeper zoom in and check it out. Zoom in around here. Is the pattern matching? I wouldn't say so, because these right here, these appear to be red, which is again not our target, right? We require all black, completely black. So let's check this one. Right, and again, this looks pretty similar to this. And what is another reason why this room works? And this room is exactly it, because of the walls. So you can see that the walls match, and so does the carpet. So yes, the answer is the grand ballroom. So the answer is the grand ballroom. So the third task that we have is to solve this, creating community a new place to connect. This was one of the easiest challenges of this set of challenges, this set. And honestly, it really doesn't require much beyond a couple of Google searches. So let's delve right into it. So in May 2020, Bellingcat created his Discord server, and the announcement seen above was posted later the same day. So how many minutes passed between the server's creation and the official announcement on Twitter? So you're going to need two things. One, to find this official announcement. So here I'm just going to do some simple Google talking. Now, as you can see, it's in Arabic. To change it to English, simply just type EN here, and you get the English announcement. And we can see that the time of creation of this tweet is 7:42 p.m. Now this will change depending on the time zone. So now I am in India, so it was announced at 7:42 p.m. at this time. It might be announced. This might show up differently for you, but no worries. The time zone doesn't matter. Both Discord and Twitter sort of adapt to the time zone. So the answer you get in the end will be the same. So it says 7:42. Great. So now to find the actual time of the Discord, all you really need to do is to go to there was a Reddit post on it, which is what I used to solve this challenge. So through a lot of Googling, I found this particular piece of code that allowed you to check the server creation age. And so all you really have to do is just copy over this bit of code. Now the Discord server ID is just available through the developer mode. So like just follow this and you will get the server creation time, right? And you will find that the server creation time is just 68 minutes before the tweet was posted, and that would be your answer, which is 68. Okay, so the next challenge that we have is future plans, a timely document. So what is going on here? So we are asked to essentially find a document that was released nearly 2 years after Bellingcat registered their organization in the Netherlands, which outlined their plans for the future. And so you need to find the author of this document and to find the article that this author published closest to when the document was created. So this is the challenge that gave me the most amount of difficulty, simply because I did not bother to do a very obvious step that should be done once you obtain something like a PDF file. So let me show you. So first we need to find the document itself, and let's see what information we have about it. So it says nearly 2 years after Bellingcat registered their organization. So let's see. So we are given here. So we are told that Bellingcat was registered on 11 July 2018. So nearly 2 years would mean roughly around 2019 or 2020 is when we should look for this document. So the second thing that we are looking for is outlining plans for the future. So we'll just do right? So we get a bunch of these, and so the one that I did find, so the one that does seem to add up with our date is this one right here. So a policy plan for the future of Bellingcat from 2019 to 2021. Now you could read this whole document if you want, and it contains no information about the author of this document. Rather, what you would do is download this document, which I have already done here, and then look for its metadata. So we'll just do. So I'm just going to use this one. Like, there are command line tools you could use if you would like. However, I'm just going to use a browser thing because why not? That process, and you can see that the author is Eric Toller. Okay, I hope again that I'm pronouncing the name right. So we'll just copy this and then we'll search him up on Bellingcat because he's publishing articles for Bellingcat. This means I just need to search. And you can see this. Right, so you can scour every document. And as you can see, this was 2022, too far ahead. I'm looking for something around 2019, 2020. 2019 ideally. You can see this is 2020. On October 14, 2020. See, so how am I gonna sort of verify this? So it is that the creation date of this document is June 22nd, 2020. So that's where we are. So we have April 15, 2020, and we have 2019. So this is quite far back. So this is around 6 months back. I hope I'm doing the math right. Close to around 6 months back. This right here is about 2 months before the document was published, and the other document is around 4 months from when the document was published. So this is most likely our target. So we need to find, what do we need to find here? We need to find the last word of this article. So let's go find this last word. And as you can see, the last word of this article is record. And that is the answer to this challenge. And so we have one final challenge. So this is toolkit tracing, the last challenge of this series. And so let's just look at the question. So we are told that on September 2024, Bellingcat announced the new online investigations toolkit that's now hosted on GitHub. And over the years, it has taken many forms, starting as a Google Doc, a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, XYZ. In 2020, the guides and handbooks section included a link to a document that is no longer accessible, even though it can still be found online. Okay, so let's find this document first and then move further from there. So as you can see, we can find a couple of these. So let's check if we can get one. So when was this uploaded? Okay, so we can see that this was uploaded in 2020. So this is our target. Great. Now what we can do is go directly to the guides and handbooks section. So let's go to guides and handbooks and let's see what it is. So it said it included a link to a document that is no longer accessible, though it can still be found online. So let's check what documents are linked to here. And so there's only one document, which is this, right, which is UNOCHA. So let's just try and access it directly. As you can see, we cannot, and it keeps redirecting us back to this website. So what do? You do the most obvious thing and you do Wayback Machine. Go to the Wayback Machine, paste this, and you can see that it saved 22 times between September 5th of 2015 and February 7th, 2015. Now, as far as I am aware, it doesn't matter what snapshot you take, because there are really no snapshots in 2020, for example. So I'm going to take the oldest snapshot we have of this document, which is right here, and it's being loaded, so give it a second. Yeah, so this appears to be it. So what I will do is just navigate to page 39 of this document, the actual page 39, so that's just 2 pages ahead. And the first hazard that is listed here is explosive. So let's entering that gives you your answer. So if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video and found this walkthrough useful. I also have a blog where I have written this walkthrough down in the description. So thank you for watching. Let's meet next time.